Hola, this is a video tutorial on the double object pronouns. Sorry I'm speaking to you in English, but I want to make sure you get this information real clearly. To start talking about double object pronouns, we're going to go back in time a little bit and talk about direct object pronouns. I think you remember this. Look at this sentence. Vendo el coche. So, I sell the car. Do you remember how we make it, I sell it? I think you do. So, el coche is the direct object, and we replace it with a pronoun. Remember that pronoun? What is it? Yep, lo. And we got various direct object pronouns. Me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, and las. Okay, good. So what today's about, though, is what happens when you also have an indirect object pronoun in your sentence. For example, instead of vendo el coche, I've got te vendo el coche. I sell the car. I'm selling the car to you. How do you rewrite this using this pronoun lo? It's pretty easy. Watch. It's easy if you're not filming, then you don't get a little nervous. Te lo vendo. So there's the direct object pronoun. There's the indirect object pronoun. Here's another example. Das el dinero. You give the money. How about if you're giving the money to me? How would you shorten that one? El dinero becomes lo. And then you rewrite it. Me lo das. A couple things you have to remember. The first pronoun is the indirect object pronoun. The second one is the direct object pronoun. They always have to be together. You can't separate them. You can't say, for example, me das lo. It's wrong. They got to be together. If you separate them, they die. I know it's horrible, so you got to keep them together. Okay, here's where it gets a little tricky. Okay, watch this. So instead of vendo el coche, te vendo el coche, let's say you're selling the car. I'm selling the car to Carlos. Le vendo el coche a Carlos. Okay? Again, that's going to become lo. And what you normally do, following the rules I just told you, you would say le lo vendo a Carlos. But here's where it's tricky. You can't have two pronouns that start with L in a row. I don't know why. Don't ask me. The le changes. It changes to se. It means the same thing. It means le, but we change it to se because it starts with L and it's in front of the direct object pronoun lo. Okay? Now, what happens, let's say, let's change it from Carlos to Carlos y Maria. So I'm selling the car a Carlos y Maria. What pronoun goes here? Remember which indirect object pronoun matches to them? Of course you do. It's les. That becomes lo. How do we shorten it? Can you do this? Les, lo, vendo a Carlos y Maria? No, because you remember what I just said about two pronouns starting with an L. There's an L here, there's an L there. This changes. What does it change to? Say. Yes, it's changed to the same word that the first one did, even though it's a plural. How can you tell the difference? Look down here. You see that it's Carlos y Maria, so that's how you know it's plural. Also, there was context with the sentence. You know what's going on. Okay? Here's something else. What happens if you have an infinitive? We notice that you say me lo das. There's the conjugated verb. Pronouns go in front of the conjugated verb. Can you put them anywhere else? Can you say no, you can't. It's got to go in front of the conjugated verb. But I wonder if there's an infinitive like this. Me vas a dar el dinero. You're going to give the money to me. How do you shorten that? What does el dinero become? Lo. Yep. Now, how do you put them together? You know that you can put them in front of a conjugated verb. Me lo vas a dar. That's totally correct. There's another way of doing it, though, too. You can attach it to the infinitive. And I think you already know that you can attach pronouns to infinitives. That becomes one big word, dármelo. And when I attach a pronoun or two pronouns to an infinitive, I have to add a written accent right there. Okay, vas a dármelo. It also works the same way with the progressive form. Ellos están diciendo la verdad. Let's add an indirect object pronoun. Ellos te están diciendo la verdad. They are telling you the truth. How do you shorten that one? They're telling it to you. How do you do that? La verdad becomes what? That's right, la. Now you got to rewrite it. Ellos te la están diciendo. You can also attach it to the progressive form. Ellos están diciéndote la. One big word, diciéndote la. And just like I did with the infinitive, I have to add a written accent because I've changed the pronunciation. Diciéndote la. Okay, does that make sense? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a couple to practice. And I'm going to hit pause after I write the sentence. Okay, actually, I might hit pause. You hit pause after I write the sentence on the board. You write down what you think the correct answer is, shortening the direct object with the direct object pronoun, putting it all together, write it down, and then you'll see if you got it right. Okay? Hold on a sec. Okay, first example. Nos dicen la verdad. They tell us the truth. Rewrite that sentence, making it they tell it to us. Okay? Hit pause on your machine, and then write their answer, and then hit play again, and I'll give you the answer. Okay, so we're shortening it. What gets shortened? The direct object. How do you know again what a direct object is? It's whatever's being, in this case, said, or what's bought, or what's sold, or what's written. That's your direct object. La verdad, what's the pronoun? La. Good. Rewrite it. Nos la dicen. Can I write nos dicen la? No. You separated the pronouns. They're dead. You've got that on your conscience. They've got to be together. They've got to be in front. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. Vamos a darle el dinero a usted. We're going to give the money to you. Okay, hit pause, shorten it, rewrite it. Okay, so the pronoun that gets shortened is the direct object. Again, sorry, I've got lots of examples with lo. Could have been los, could have been las. In this case, it's lo. Now we got to rewrite it. You got two options. You can put it where the pronoun already is, attach the infinitive, or you can put it in front of the whole conjugated. Let's do the attachment one first. Vamos a darle lo a usted. I know you're saying, no, profe, you already told me you can't say le lo. You're right, you can't. The le changes to what? Se. Vamos a dárselo a usted. We all done? Almost. Dárselo a usted. What's the other way of writing it? These two pronouns that can go in front. Se lo vamos a dar a usted. A usted, remember it's optional. If there's context, you know what the say refers to, you don't have to say it. But it's a good idea, I think, to write a usted, a ellos, a Carlos, to clarify what the say is, or when it's just lay by itself. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. Le escribí la carta a María. I wrote the letter to Maria. So, shorten that one. Hit pause, shorten it, check the answer. Alright, how would we shorten it? La carta becomes what? La. I gotta rewrite it. I know, you think I'm patronizing you. Obviously it's not lay. It's say. I'm just reminding you, though, that the say is really a lay. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. Ustedes tienen que darles la información a ellos. Ustedes tienen que darles la información a ellos. You guys have got to give the information to them. Okay, hit pause and rewrite it. Okay, what gets shortened? Yep, two ways of writing it. If you haven't written it two ways, hit pause and write two ways. Remember, you can attach it and you can put it in front of the conjugated verb. If you haven't done that, do that now. Okay, here we go with the answer. Ustedes tienen que darse la, it's an accent, a ellos. Or, ustedes se la tienen que dar. Okay, how's that sound? You got it? All right. What I want you to do is watch this video again if you have to. Write down any questions and bring them to class, or set up a tutorial appointment with me. Okay? All right, great.